Good afternoon to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another drop list video, the series where I cover all the items that are releasing in a specific week for various different streetwear brands. And in today's video, we're going to be covering everything that is dropping in week 6 of Palace's Spring 2022 collection. It's been a while since I've done a drop list video for Palace so close to the actual drop. Usually I do it many days before, but the seasonal pieces for week 6, the information for those didn't come out until at least, the earliest I could have done it was 24 hours before the drop is scheduled to happen. I know we're cutting it very close, but yeah, we knew what collaborative pieces were coming out in this week. We knew that very early on. Obviously, if you guys aren't aware, you can go watch the Streetwear Talk video and then you've caught up to it. But this week we are getting a Elton John collaboration, and now we finally know what seasonal pieces we're also getting on top of that as well. Now, how we're going to cover the release details, the seasonal pieces, the collaborative pieces, and my thoughts and opinions on the individual pieces and the week as a whole is by using a Max Merch Instagram post. We'll head on over to that post now and we'll start covering the release details for week 6. Now here is the Max Merch More post that we'll be using today, guys, to cover the release details. If you want to check it out, follow Max Merch for the latest, Palace drop details. I'll link the post down in that description section below so you guys can check it out there. We'll cover the release details quite quickly. So Palace's Spring 2022 week, well, it's meant to say week 6, the week 6 drop. All the items will release this Friday, which is the 10th from memory? 11th of March 2022. They will have an online release of 11 AM Eastern Standard Time for the Palace US online store, and it'll have a release time of 11 AM GMT or British Standard Time on the UK online store. Now, the UK online store is just palaceskateboards.com, and the US online store is, I cannot remember the URL because I don't use the US store, but I think it's us.palaceskateboards.com. I think you guys that use the US online store will be able to correct me on that. The estimated price list will be posted and is posted to their page by now, so you can check that out if you want to know the amounts that these pieces will run you. Yeah, that is all there is really to cover about the release details for it. It'll obviously be releasing, I should also just mention, it is also releasing tomorrow on the Saturday for Japan and China. Japan will get it in-store and online. China will get it on the WeChat store there. But yeah, that's everything. That's everything to be discussed about the release details. If you have any further questions, comment section below. Let me know what's troubling you. We'll now move into the pieces. Now we have a couple pages of pieces because as we can see, we get the colors of each piece showcased to us as well. So we'll cover page 1 and then we'll move through the pages, page by page, just to break it up a little bit. Okay, so starting off page 1, obviously the Elton John pieces are showcased to us first. We dived into those in pretty extensive detail in the Streetwear Talk video. We're getting a graphic tee where he's playing on a Palace P piano. As you can see here, the piano's in the shape of a P. There's more zoomed up images covered in the Streetwear Talk video. We are getting a velour tracksuit, both matching pants and track top as well, or sorry, I should say track jacket. So you can have the full ensemble. Elton John actually wears it when he covers the whole collaboration. He talks about each piece in a very nice Palace Skateboards video there. You can either get it in this blue and white or this white and purple. Both of them have I think it's either a sequence or just a very shiny fabric in general, Triferg Palace logo on the back there, which it works with Elton John's image. It does, doesn't it? We've got a knit sweater as well with his face on the front of it, I think it is. And we've got instead of a Dodgers graphic long sleeve tee, we've got a Palace long sleeve tee, as we can see here, which does come in a couple colors. It comes in a navy, a white, and a black. Some very easy to wear colors for sure. We get another color of the Palace P piano in the black here. I'm assuming on page 2 we will see the white version, because I'm assuming there's a white version. Oh no, we get to see the white version. It's just down here. We've got another photo of him posing with some sunglasses on, and in the frames of the sunglasses, it has the Palace logo, as if he was to looking at some kind of Palace sign or something like that. Comes in 3 colors, comes in a black, a white, and a gray. And last but not least, on page 1, I was a little bit confused on this piece. I didn't know what it was initially. I initially thought it was a beach towel because it was quite textured, but it turns out that this piece, from what I know, is a rug, which I don't know how big it is. I don't know the dimensions of it, but I just have to admit, it's kind of cool that it's a rug, right? Like, it's kind of cool. We get it. We get the photo that was used on the short sleeve tees showcased in a bit bigger over here, and we can now see the Palace P piano here. Yeah, if that rug is big, I'm more of a fan of it because I like my rugs kind of big. It could be just a cool piece to pick up if you're a big Elton John fan. But yeah, that is everything releasing on page 1. We've got 2 more pages, as you can see down here. Before we move on to page 2, I would love to hear what your favorite piece is from page 1. Let me know what you're going to be picking up from there. Let's now head on over to page 2. Okay, one more Elton John piece, which was a very popular one as well. We have the Palace Dodgers skateboard, and yeah, a lot of you guys were feeling that one in the Streetwear Talk video as well. Now moving into the seasonal pieces in the spring 2022 season, we have the Fair Isle knit vest coming in the brown, purple, and that seems to be it, the brown and purple. For me, knit vests, it's still borderlines a bit too much on old man vibes for me. Maybe one day when I'm hitting my 60s, I'll really get around the knit vests. It's just not my type of aesthetic. But moving into the next piece, we have the stripe mesh polo in various different colors. It's a short sleeve polo as well. It comes in a red and gray, green and purple, navy or white. I'm not really feeling that piece either. Maybe you guys will feel differently. Up next, we have the P-neck crew dark in, coming in various different colors like the dark green. So the P-neck crew. As we can see, it's done in like a vintage 90s neck sweater where they have the little V section just underneath the collar and underneath the neckline, and where that V is inside of it, they've put a Palace P there, and obviously there's a little like athletic styled tag just put on the bottom left hand side as well. It's a simple, nice little piece that you could use for layering for sure. It does come in some pretty crazy colors though, like this dark green, the sky blue. It says dark red, but doesn't look very dark to me, but it also does come in some more toned down colors like navy, gray and black, which are more versatile and more wearable. But maybe you love those colors, maybe you're a fan of the red, blue and green and that's your thing. Each to their own. We then move into the final piece on page 2, which is the chain stitch bell bucket hat, coming in a navy, burgundy and black. It just features Palace London chain stitched onto the top of the bucket hat there. And then, I mean, it kind of looks like a corduroy material with how it's textured. And it also features some contrasting stitching that matches the same color as the stitching for the logo there. So white stitching. Not too shabby for a page 2. I don't know which piece would be my favorite. Probably just something simple like the, P-neck crew would probably be my favorite on page 2. But maybe you feel differently. Let me know what your favorite piece is on page 2. And we'll now move into the final page for week 6, which is page 3. We're getting an item that was meant to release, I think, last week. But I mean, well, at least it's releasing this week. So if you were keen on it last week, you're getting it this week. What we have for just page 3 is just the Alas 6 panel coming in the colors it comes in the navy, in the black and the brown. Features that arcing Palace text done over what looks to be a corduroy styled 6 panel. I don't know, the font style isn't really hitting for me on the hat. There are better Palace hats. Definitely not my favorite hat that I've seen Palace release this season, but it is the last piece releasing this week. Let me know which one out of the 3 colors that are available is your favorite. I think I'd probably lean towards the black and white. But yeah, that is it, guys. That is everything releasing in week 6 of Palace's spring 2022 season. Now, obviously, they didn't go too hard on the seasonal pieces that are releasing. They didn't want anything, you know, big, I guess noteworthy releasing in the week, because then that draws attention away from what's meant to be the Elton John week, essentially. They wanted to focus on the Elton John collab, so if they release some, you know, some stuff that people are just going to skip over and not really talk about too much, all the focus is on the Elton John collab, which I could understand. Yeah, it's an awesome collab. I'm not going to be going for anything this week because, well, picked up some more undercover. Who would have thought? I know Jun Takahashi is just pulling money out of my wallet all the time, but yeah, a very solid week. I know a lot of you guys are keen on it, but please refresh me. Let me know how you're feeling on it on week 3 in general, or just the collab or the seasonal pieces down in that comment section below. Well, guys, that is everything to be said about week 6. We covered the release details. It's releasing today, Friday the 11th, or the 12th if you live in Japan or China. We covered the collaborative pieces, the Elton John pieces. We covered the seasonal pieces, the various pieces from the season that are releasing this week. And we covered my thoughts and opinions on it. The week as a whole, the Elton John collab obviously carries it, but that is the whole intent of, you know, releasing that collab this week. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's okay. There's nothing that blows me away. There's nothing that I want or need. So it's definitely not going to go up there as my most, you know, favorite or most memorable week, but I know that you guys are going to feel quite differently because I gauged it from the comment section on the last Palace video that you guys were quite big fans of the Elton John collab, so maybe you'll feel quite differently about that. And please let me know, maybe you think, you know, week 6 is going to be a week to remember because of the collab, and if that's the case, I'd love to hear it. But I'd also love to hear if you are picking up something this week. What are you feeling? What are you grabbing? What color are you grabbing it in? I know a lot of you it's going to be the Elton John collab, but I would still like to hear what pieces that is. Let me know down in that comment section below. And if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming Palace weeks, seasons, and collabs, you know what you gotta do. You gotta give me the 3 indicators I'm always asking you for, which is a subscribe to the channel. Well, I should do it in the order I normally do it in, right? A like on this video, a comment on this video, letting me know that you want to see more Palace content like this on the channel, and of course, that 3rd, final, big indicator, which is a subscribe to the channel. We've been trying to hit the subscriber milestone of 3,280 subs this month. Hopefully, with your guys' continuous support, we can reach that milestone before the end of March. Well, guys, that's all I've really got to say about week 6. I wish you all good luck. I hope you managed to pick up the pieces that you are after from this week's drop. I hope you managed to pick it up in the size and color you're after. But until the next Palace video, until the next Streetwear Talk video, until the next drop list video in general, guys, I'll catch you later.